one thing I wanted to ask, I wanted to share this Bitcoin dominance chart so people can get a bit of a sense of where we are when it comes to Bitcoin dominance. I think a lot of people had some interesting conversations today with IRL people who've been in crypto for like a long time, kind of expressing their surprise at how strong Bitcoin is relative to everything else. Once you kind of dig into a little bit, it starts to become more obvious in the sense that we spoke about there being this real horizontal inflation when it comes to all of these coins that are coming to the market. We've got more coins than ever, got more TGs than ever, more unlocks unlocking than ever. And so like the Bitcoin value prop seems to be stronger than ever, particularly with the macro that is taking place. Just wanted to share that I think it was around, there's only been in the last, what is this, like 8 years or so, from 2017-ish onwards, Bitcoin's kind of been in this 70-ish% dominance to maybe at the low point, like 30, 50% dominance over the last, or maybe 40% dominance or something like that over the last 8 years. It kind of went really low back in 2017, sorry, in 2018 with all the mania that was taking place then recovered. Then back in 2021, when we had NFTs and ETH's run and everything that happened there, it then went down again. And since then, basically, you see this just steady rise up. We're showing this on the screen for people who are watching the charts on YouTube or on Twitter video, in case that's helpful. So it's been like stepping up over the last year or so, back to 63% now. Ledge, historically, we're getting to a point where it would consider, and again, I don't know if we've got enough data to know what kind of points it turns, but in the 8 years we've had before and the 1 or 2 spikes up and down we've had, we're getting to a point where it might consider start turning the other way. If you even believe in this kind of thing, just what's your take on that in general? Like, is there any reason to think that the chart would suggest we might be making a turn, or how do you feel about Bitcoin dominance and how it's going in the next 6 to 12 months?
Okay, the second question is easier. The second question is easier to answer. I very much like it. As I said multiple times on the show, I've been shifting more and more of my portfolio into BTC for all of these structural reasons that we have been talking about for months on the show as well. I think if I look at the chart, analyzing it like from a chart technical pattern, in my opinion, wouldn't make too much sense with this dominance chart specifically, but more so looking at the surrounding things that happen. Obviously, the main thing being the US and the ways the federal level as well as the state levels will try and are trying to acquire Bitcoin. That competition that also seems to be heating up between the United States as well as China, not only talking about the trade war, but also talking about the fact that China has very, very significant Bitcoin holdings that are very similar in number to the holdings of the United States. The miners in China are and have been very, very strong historically as well. There's like so many signs pointing towards significant entities, institutions, nation states wanting to get or actually getting more and more exposure to Bitcoin, which just simply has not been the case before. That just did not happen before. And that to me is indicating that this Bitcoin dominance chart might continue to increase.